How's it, guys? This is Jordan here from Uprinter SA. We're doing a training video on our new Marine A and B paper. The Marine A paper hasn't changed, it's just our new B paper. It is a bit different from our older B paper. It's a little bit more delicate and requires a technique, and I'm going to show you how to work on a fine design today. Sorry, let me open up that. Fine design where it's got less surface coverage, and then your very big logos, and how you can work with this new A and B paper. So we're going to start with the finer design. I'm going to select that and change the underbase to 40% on the fly. There's a bit of halftones in there, so I'm going to put in a 10% fuzziness. A halftone is a color fading into another color, or a gradient, if you don't know what that is. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and print that. All right, first logo through. Second logo, here the printer working next to me. Second logo is a more thicker logo. Now, when working with these logos, you need to make sure that you use the correct underbase. You don't want to go too high on underbase. I'm going to go fit to page. Okay, nice big logo. All right, so this has got a lot of golds in it. It's got like a Pantone blue or turquoise blue color. It's got some very light colors over there. So I will also maintain that I'm going to go to a 45% underbase on the fly. Okay. All right. So if there's no fuzziness required because there's no halftone, so I'm going to keep that on 0. And then we're going to go ahead and print this logo. But I'm going to change this to accurate. The reason why, you get better gold colors with the accurate environment. Gold and Pantone colors, you get much better results with your accurate environment. And then these type of colors, you can see that they're a bit dull. So I would actually try to stick with the contrasted environment to try and brighten up the colors. All right. Let's go ahead and print this. Okay, so before we do that, on the fly, 45. The reason why that changed, went back to on 9 and 100% is because I changed the environment. If I change that environment and I go back here, it would have set it back to default. So I had to change it again. All right, let's go ahead and print that as well. All right, guys, we're going to move over to the printing process now. Thanks. Alright, guys, you take your Marine A paper, always keeping it in your package to keep it dust free. Place it in your printer. What I like to do as well, neat little trick, just push down a bit and then underneath the roller, and then it prevents any slippage. Alright, as you can see there, install paper, press the online button, press that again, it was on sleep mode. Okay, and then we print it through. Nice and easy. Right, guys, I've printed out the 2 pages here. I'm going to show you 2 different methods of heat fusing your logo. You can either use the base of the heat press, or we're going to use a heat gun. So if you're bigger logos like this, I'd like to use a heat gun. Alright, so you can heat gun your logo. Hold the paper in the bottom here, and they're going to move upwards. So you can go in a high temperature heat, and you're going to move upwards. Like that. You can see the colors changing nice and quickly. Right, then I flip it over, grab the bottom, crease it, create a spine so that I can work at the top. Right, the reason why I held it up in the air is because if you heat it on its table, the heat is going to get absorbed into the table, and it's not going to fuse the logo properly. It's not going to, this is going to wipe off. You can see it's not hurt. It's very quick to heat fuse it in the air. Remember to create a spine, hold your finger in the bottom, create a spine so the top doesn't push over when you're trying to blow air onto it. If you're holding it nice and flat, look what happens. Okay, create a spine and heat fuse it. Great, thanks guys. Alright, for the second process, we are going to use the base, the heat of the base, to heat fuse this logo. This is still in its powder form. That one's been heat fused. Right, so before I go ahead and do that, I want to chat to you a bit more about the heat press. Now, a heat press, if the pressure is not set right, your graphic is not going to be peeled correctly. Your temperature, your time is very important. So, for your finer design, we're going to work at 160 degrees for 50 seconds. And I'm going to show you a peeling technique. Alright, first and most importantly, you need to preheat your base. So let's go ahead and preheat that base. And we're going to do that for 50 seconds at 160 degrees. Alright guys, after preheating the base, I now go ahead and place my logo on the bottom there. If it's hot enough, you'll start to see the colors change in your logo. I'm creasing the corner like this. Now this is very sensitive. You can hurt the artwork with if you had to touch it with your hand. So now I'm going to show you a technique and how to place this. So just go a bit back there, Hudson. Just like that. There you go. Right, so we're going to place your paper and you're going to get a parallel with the top first. So it's not touching logo right now. I'm getting a parallel with the top first. Once it's parallel, then I slowly drop it down like that. And you're going to try your best not to move the paper. I moved it a little bit there, but it should be fine. If you move the paper, then it's going to smudge your logo. So you want to lay it down, and then you want to go straight into the press. And you go down slowly, guys. Slowly. You don't go down fast. It pushes the powder out. Alright, so as you can see there, it was 160 degrees. I don't know if you can see with the... and it was at 50 seconds. Alright guys, now, because I created the corner, I can bring this to the corner like that. Okay, and I can grab the top and the bottom, get a nice grip, and then you can start peeling immediately. Okay, and I'm not going too fast. I'm maintaining the same speed, and I'm pulling the bottom towards me and pulling the top away, as you can see there. Okay, alright, so as you can see there, it's got a yellow tinge to it. So the yellow toner has burnt in there, and that's not an issue. The colors are going to look exactly the same. I will transfer this onto fabric to prove that. But as you can see, there was a perfect peel on this finer design. Remember, go a bit back there, Hudson. Guys, I pulled, after I opened the press, I didn't go like this quickly and I pulled as fast as I could. I opened the press, I brought it to the corner, took a little bit of time, and I gripped the top, the bottom, and I gripped the top, and I had a nice grip, and then I peeled. If you grab this top of this paper, just like that, just on the corner, you will tear it. That's going to happen. You need to grab the paper like that, a full grip, so that you've got more surface area, and then you can peel. Okay, so you don't want to put it on top of it while it's still hot. Okay, alright, thanks. We're going to move on to the next peel. Alright guys, moving on to the bigger logo now, and I'm going to preheat the base again. I'm going to preheat the base, the first three graphics. I'm going to preheat the base. Right, now I've preheated my base. I've set it to 170 degrees, 50 seconds, and I'll place my bigger artwork on the base there. Can grab that, Hudson. Right, same procedure. Even though it's now heat fused, I still don't want to risk it. So I'm going to still crease my corner, and I'm still going to drop the paper like this. One side up, like so, and then place it down like that, and then place it inside the press. And then I'm going to go ahead and press that for 50 seconds. Alright guys, now again, bring your corner to the side like that, grip the top nicely, grip the bottom nicely, and then start peeling. As you can see there, I'm going at one constant speed, and I'm taking my time. This is as solid as you can get. This is the most solid graphic you can get. I've almost covered the entire page, and that is a perfect peel. Right, now, if I can do that here with my press, you can do it in your own facility. Alright, okay, so as you can see there, it's got the yellow tinge to it. It's got a lot of yellow in it. The yellow is burnt inside there. I'm going to now transfer this onto a material. I'm going to show you that the colors are perfect. So the yellow burn is no issue. It's just your yellow toner that's burning. Alright, thanks. Alright guys, I'm just using a piece of, it's like a polyester type of material. Just using that with the solid logo. I'm going to press that first press for 20 seconds. 20 seconds first press. Alright guys, now what we're going to do is we're going to remove the paper. You get your bucket of water, a cotton cloth, nice wet cotton cloth in the center of the page, and you just move your wet water outwards. So I like to use a solid wet cloth in the center, and you push all the water out so you don't have to keep going back into the water and dipping it in and out, in and out. Try and keep the water on the paper, just so what happens is if you get water off the paper and it goes onto the material and it goes underneath the logo, then you can create a steaming effect. So which means that when you do a second press, the logo is getting steamed underneath, and that's going to affect the durability. So just try and maintain the water on the paper. Right, so now we're going to go ahead and peel that. And we've got a perfect peel there. Nice, beautiful golds, perfect turquoise. And I'm going to show you this logo compared to what it is on the screen. It's actually almost identical what you see on the screen there. Cool, thanks guys. Alright guys, next, now we're just going to do a second press. You can use baking paper, Teflon, red rubber mat, and whatever other devices you can think of. Very important guys, I just wanted to show you something here. When doing the second press on your, or actually doing any pressing at all onto material, you want to lower your temperature. I've got it at 160 degrees. I would even go lower to 155 degrees. That you can burn your artwork if you have it too high. The colors will get sunburnt if you go too hot. All right, let's open that up. Okay, pull that out, and we can go ahead. Just hold that down for me. Thank you. So I'm doing this with one hand. All right, and there we go. We've got a beautiful press onto this piece of material. Those are beautiful golds, as you can see there. Alright, so we're going to now do the finer design. I did hurt it a bit here when I tried to demonstrate. Alright guys, now what we're going to do is we're going to print this finer design, but before we do this, it's quite important to trim your paper. The reason why is on the edges, sometimes it picks up the glue from the B paper, and especially for your black material. You don't want that to be seen on your black material. You won't be able to get that off. You can actually see some residue over there, or the actual glue. I don't know if you can see that in the lighting there. Just on the corner, there you go. You can see that on the corner there. That will show up on your black shirt, or on a blue shirt, or your darker colors. So you just want to trim around your logo. I'm not doing it neatly. I don't really care. So we're going to go ahead and press that onto the material. Right. Go ahead. Alright guys, next we're going to again take your water, nice wet cloth in the center. I like to pick up my bucket, put the water there, and then straight onto the graphic like that. You don't want to bring it across here and then it's just dripping all the way. And then you just release the water nicely like that. I like to use a cotton cloth because it releases the water a bit easier. If you're using a chamois cloth, it's doing a double thing there. It's absorbing water and releasing it. So you don't want to really use a chamois cloth to release water. Okay, once you see your logo, you must see everything. And then, guys, if it grips when you're peeling, it means there's not enough water in that area. So make sure that you place enough water in that area. Right, now, as you can see, the colors are very vibrant and beautiful. Now, you can see there, just want to show you that the yellow is not affecting the colors at all, as you can see there. The colors are nice and vibrant. Let me just take that from here. Just want to show you nice and carefully here. Perfect peel, and that will last a good 30 washes. Right, now I'm going to do a second press on there with my baking paper, and that is ready to go. Thanks guys for watching the video. I hope this helped you. Let us know if you have any questions.